everyone, welcome back to yet another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video with my oldest daughter Lexi. We did a Q&A a few weeks ago back on Instagram. Laughing at Ava?
Yeah.
Baby daughter. Dirty as heck.
We were at a party and she ate strawberries, and yeah, that explains the shirt.
But anyways, we did a Q&A a few weeks ago over on Instagram asking y'all questions, and today we're going to answer them for y'all. So, what do you think they asked, Lex?
I don't know, I was going to ask you if you got any good questions.
I got a lot of questions.
Really?
Oh, my phone froze.
I didn't think you would get
My phone died.
Nice one.
Let me go get my computer.
I'm so sad right now.
What's your sister?
Oh my god.
Watch.
Mírala.
Okay. See all the questions we got?
Dang, that's a lot.
Alright. So, the first one is, why is your brother-in-law Hollywood Mike so cool? I wonder who asked that.
Don't even.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, Hollywood Michael is my brother-in-law, Michael Rivera.
Did he ask that?
Yeah. So, he wants to know how cool he is. Lexi? I'm sure Lexi has a perfect answer for this.
He's not that cool. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
he's famous. He was on Telemundo and he's just famous.
True story. He was on 12 Corazones, so I guess that makes him pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
his truck's pretty cool too.
His truck is pretty cool. Does anyone ever tell y'all that y'all look so much alike?
All the time.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We get it all the time. Yeah.
And then that we're daughters, we're sisters, we're daughters to my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So, me and Lexi are sisters sometimes.
Yeah.
Do y'all share clothes?
All the time. Sometimes I don't give it back.
Yeah. So, as Lexi got older and started wearing the same size as me, she started borrowing my clothes without letting me know, and yeah.
The other day we got the same shirt and she swore it was her shirt, and we just got the same shirt, and she's like, no, that's mine. I'm like, no, I got it, like I ordered it. And she's like, no, it's mine. And then I saw it in her closet. I'm like, oh, it's the same. We have the same.
Yeah, because sometimes she comes into the house and I don't even know how she comes into my closet because I'm in the room and she like has a secret door. It's her. Yeah. What is our age difference?
I'm bad at math. Count me out.
I don't know, 12, 13 years? Let me pull a calculator out.
I'm on.
Where is my calculator? This is ridiculous. I'm having to pull a calculator out for this.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even want to try.
Alright. So, how much do you think?
13.
14 years.
Oh, I was going to say 14.
So, if I would have had Lexi, I would have been an 8th grader. That sounds horrible. Okay. Lexi, how do you feel about having a brother and sister so far in age from you?
Honestly, it kind of, I love them, but it tells me to be careful and to not have kids.
Good birth control. Good birth control.
Yeah, to not have kids. No, I'm just kidding, but I really love them. I love taking care of them. And I feel like if they were, like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like closer to my age, I used to want like brothers and sisters closer to my age. But now that they're younger, I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad.
So Lexi has another brother and another sister that are closer to her age, but she grew up pretty much as an only child when she lived with us. So she got spoiled rotten, even though she might not admit that, but she did. Yeah. She got spoiled rotten. So I don't think she'd change that, because having to share, she got the advantage of not having to share anything.
That's why I'm like, maybe I'm happy. I'm happy how it is.
And does Lexi get along with her siblings? Yeah, going back from the previous question. I mean, she's a teenager, so she's out and about most of the time, but whenever she is home, she does play with them and hang out with them. For the most part, sometimes she fights with them, but I mean...
Only Avery.
Only Avery, yeah. Her and Avery fight a lot, but they're siblings, so... Stop it! How did you get along? How do you all get along as a whole? Bio mom?
Wow. Oh, biological mom?
Oh, yeah. How do
Like
me, your mom, and you get along? I mean,
I feel like with like age and like as we got older, it got better. But at the beginning, I didn't help the situation. But now it's like good. They text all the time. They text all the time.
yeah. So I think if anything about Lexi, I think Cynthia will text me or I'll text her versus her and Andy text. It's just easier. So I mean, yeah. I mean, we talk about cleaning and life,
vacation and stuff like that.
True story. Was it hard becoming a stepmom? One of the hardest things I've ever done. I was 19, so I was a kid myself, and when Lexi moved in with us, she was 9. I was, well, the first time she was 7, I was however old, and then the second time she was 9. So I was still a kid myself, trying to figure out life and getting to figure out marriage and having a kid. So I was probably not the best parent at the time.
It would be like me taking care of kids now.
Yeah. I mean, we got through it. We're better now, but it was rough. It really, really was. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it for the first few years. It was probably one of the biggest tests in our marriage, but we got through it, and here we are. Sorry, baby's trying to get camera. Have y'all ever traveled alone?
It's good.
I don't think so. I think we always go everywhere with the family, you know?
But we were planning to go wine tasting.
Yes, but this little girl right here. So,
but eventually you plan to.
Goodness. So yeah, eventually, I mean, I have a lot of places that I would love to travel with Lexi, like a lot of places that Andy's just not into.
We want to skydive.
Yes,
and my dad doesn't want to.
I'd probably plan a trip to like Paris with her versus Andy. That's probably a trip I would do with Lexi. And just, oh my goodness. Are you serious? Yeah, but eventually we will. Lexi, what are your plans for life? School, career, etc. Are you planning on going into the family business?
That's a good question. My dad tells me all the time to join the family business. But I'm actually going to school for nursing right now. I was going to Angelo, but I transferred to Belinda College because of the whole COVID situation, and I just preferred it here. And I think it's, honestly, I don't have any regrets moving back just because I get to watch my younger siblings grow up, help my parents, and basically, like, as long as I do what they ask, they let me do whatever I want, kind of. So, no regrets right now, for now. I'm going to stop paying.
Yeah, so I don't think Lexi will go into the family business. It's just not for her. I don't see it. I see nursing being more up her alley. I mean, if she decides to, of course, she's welcomed. But I just don't see her doing that. This little girl is so crazy.
I don't know what she's trying
What,
to
baby? Okay. Time out, guys. Give me 1 second. So, yeah. Okay, back. Did he say yes?
Well, it just sent me the thing, but I didn't see what date. So
Lexi, who do you go to more when you are needing advice or someone to confide in?
I've always been a daddy's girl, but I feel like I have more trouble going to my dad about girl stuff and like advice. Like, he tries to like make it comfortable for me, but I'm just, I don't know. Some conversations are just meant for girls, moms. So I go towards my mom. And even if I like want to go somewhere, even though like my dad sometimes will say yes, like, and then he'll say no at first, and she'll say like, oh, he said no, but he'll tell me yes. Even though he's easier to say yes to, I still go to her first.
Yeah, so sometimes when she wants to travel, she'll tell me, and then I'll tell him, and she's like, well, why did you tell him? Like, because he told me no, and that way it
and then I ask my dad, and I'm like, oh, dude, because he can't tell me no. No, but he can.
He can tell you no.
but he doesn't like to tell me no.
Yeah, so I think it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Lexi, you're gorgeous. Ever thought of modeling?
Thanks. Yeah, I do like not little modeling here and there, but we always take family pictures. And then I was doing the Boss Lady, the shades with Claire. And I don't know about like to go on in life with modeling. I think, I don't know, maybe one day.
Lexi's always been a pageant girl, probably because we pushed her into it. I don't think it's something that she would do on her own, but she's very shy, believe it or not. She's very, very shy, especially in front of people. She freezes up. She doesn't like to talk, so that was part of the reason why she didn't like pageants. Yes. So there's that.
It's mostly like around adults that I'm like more shy towards.
Okay, Belinda, what do you see Alexi doing in the future? Traveling the world. My hopes for her is for her to travel a lot, have a good job, be self-dependent, not depend on anybody, including myself and her dad. Not that we don't want to support her, but I just want her to be able to say, hey, I was able to do things on my own. So that's always what I've told her. Probably she can attest to that, I'm always hounding that in her head, like, you are gonna be able to make your own money, and nobody's gonna be able to tell you can't do anything because you did it. Because if she depends on a guy or on me and her dad, right now we support her financially, so when she wants to do something, she's like, can I? And she hates it. So I'm like, well, you know, you don't want to ask, support yourself, which we're not ready for her to do that, and neither is she. So I mean, it works out, but that's what I want for her. Belinda, you are pretty extravagant with your parties events. Have you always been like this? Have you done it for Lexi too, or just your kids? So Lexi is my kid. I don't see her any other way. So yes, I've always been like that.
She's always gone out, all out for parties. My parties, my dad's parties, any party, she goes all out. Yeah. She doesn't know how to have a get together.
Yeah, so I have issues with that. I just like to go all out for people. I like to show them that I love them like that. I like to throw big parties and have everybody have a good time. That's just who I am. But yeah, Lexi is my kid. Do y'all ever fight?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Less now. It used to be pretty bad, I guess. Yeah. Because Andy says we fight like sisters. So it used to be pretty bad. I guess I didn't have a sister growing up. Lexi didn't have a sister really growing up. So I guess we do fight like sisters. I don't know, but yes, we fight. We bicker. Not as much as we used to.
Yeah, not as much now.
Belinda, what annoys you that Lexi does?
What?
Other than her stealing my clothes, she laughs when people get hurt. Like, uncontrollably laughs.
It's a thing, like, I don't know, I get nervous, so I start laughing.
Hold on, baby.
Maybe because I think it's gonna make the situation better. I don't know, I have a problem.
Yes. What, baby? That what? What? Okay, you can play with somebody, okay? Okay. Sorry, Avery got in trouble earlier for hitting someone, so he's in timeout, so he's upset. But anyways, yeah, so her laughing when people are hurt, or when people, I don't know, like in the worst situation she laughs, she can't control it. So that's probably what annoys me the worst.
And that I eat like this.
That.
Like I dip like that instead of closing my fingers. Like she's always telling my whole life. And I'm like, oh my god, just let me eat.
That and what? Oh, you're Spanish.
Oh yeah, my Spanish got really bad.
I don't know why. Like we don't speak a lot of Spanish around the house. I mean, we do, but we don't. Yeah. But her Spanish is bad. Like
I lost it all when I.
Are you gonna go feed the animals? She says I'm gonna go fitear.
And what did I say to my grandma? Oh, I called my grandma, or I told my grandma that a skunk.
A skunka.
Yeah, I told her that a skunka came into our house one time, and that's not what it's really called, but I didn't know that.
So you want to tell them that story?
Oh yeah, okay. So okay, one time, I was laying down in bed. I just got out of the shower. I was still in my towel or whatever, and I was on my phone, and I feel like my charger, like it was like swinging back and forth, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I like turn on my flash or whatever, and I look and I see a freaking skunk, and I start screaming, like crying, And I'm like telling my mom, or I call my mom because my dad's not home. I think he was out of town that weekend, right? And I'm like, Mom, there's a skunk. And she's like, no, there's not. You're lying. I was like, I swear.
I thought it was Daisy.
Yeah, I thought,
poodle.
like, I didn't think, like, a skunk, like, out of all things.
Especially 'cause she's on the second floor, so...
Yeah, and I was like, I swear. And she's like, well, come over here. And I'm like, I'm scared to get off my bed, and I don't have clothes. And she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, just run. So and she's like, and shut your door. So I run, I shut my door, and she calls, who did you call? Jason and Squirrel, right?
Yeah, Jason and Squirrel. So Jason's one of my best friend's husbands. I called her, and I was like, there's skunk. So she sends her husband, and then we call one of our employees, which we call Squirrel. And they come and, like, they get the skunk out, but before they get the skunk out, it goes from under Lexi's door, underneath the door, the closed door, it goes underneath that door to our movie room. That door was closed, it goes underneath there, and yeah, it sprayed that whole movie room. But yeah, that story. We've had skunks in our house.
Yeah, and I told my grandma, like, a couple weeks ago, I went to go visit her, and I was telling her the story, and she's like, ¿Qué es una esconca mía? And I was like, what do you mean you don't know what a esconca is? But I didn't know that's not what it's called.
So then she comes home and starts telling me, I was telling my grandma that there was a skunk, and I'm like, that's not what you call it. It's called a skunk. She's like, that's what my grandma said. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so her Spanish. Lexi, what do you call Belinda?
I call her mom. I think I started calling her mom like 8, 9.
Hold on, baby.
Younger. I just consider her as my mom. She basically raised me. I still call my real mom. Both of them mom. Sometimes people get confused and they're like, oh, you call your stepmom mom? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, so Lexi's been with us pretty much since me and Andy got married. So I met her when she was 4. That's literally when I met her. So, I mean, I've known her since she was little bitty. Sorry, Adrian. What, Abe? Yes, I remember. It's gonna be here tomorrow. Okay, so that's pretty much all the questions that we got from y'all. This video was long overdue. We asked these questions I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but she's been working. We were trying to do a mukbang. Is that what it's called?
Mukbang, I don't know.
That's what we were trying to do with some birria tacos. I haven't had a chance to make some, so we were gonna buy some, but our hookup with the birria tacos has been closed, so we decided just to do a sit down. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna do a Q&A here pretty soon with Alex from Skin by Alex that I know y'all are gonna be wanting to ask your questions, so get your questions ready and make sure that when you see it on my Instagram, you send them over.
Yeah,
until next time, guys. Yeah, she's wild. I don't know.
It's like in her own world right now.
Yeah, and please don't judge us. We usually have her very nicely dressed.
And us, I didn't expect to look like this, but it was just last minute. Like, we just had to do the video.
I know, I kept telling Lexi, I was like, dude, we just need to go and do it because if not, we're never
we kept like holding it, like we would say, oh, we're gonna do it today, and then something happened and just never.
Yeah, and we thought about doing it this weekend, but this weekend we are having we forgot our wine.
Ah.
No. Anyway, so this weekend we're having a big birthday party, so we were like, nope, we can't do it then. So anyways, thank you for watching. Until next time, guys, make sure to hit the bell notification and hit the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I post something new. Bye. Okay, bye. Say bye.
Oh, eso sí.